It's been a few years since the Attack on Titan manga ended, and a week since the anime ended. We all know how it ends, but there's always this sense of wonder how things could have ended differently. For this one, we'll be considering another what if scenario. What if Zeke's plan succeeded? And was it a really reasonable solution like Zeke claimed it to be? You see, throughout the entirety of Attack on Titan, Zeke has been a pretty messed up character. His view on life basically comes down to the idea that living itself is suffering. If you are never born in the first place, you would never have had to suffer either. This not only lets him easily justify all the countless lives he had to sacrifice to get a little closer to his goal, it also helps him see the situation in an apathetic sense, almost as if he himself isn't human himself. The only times we've seen him exhibit some degree of genuine emotions are when it concerned his family, but even then, it was more a matter of how he wanted to prove his father wrong. Other than that, there is his story with the previous Beast Titan, Ksaver. The man also lamented the very idea of being born, so when Zeke presented his euthanasia plan, Ksaver was quick to understand and even attest to it himself. From there on out, Zeke could not be stopped. If to live is to suffer, then providing people with deaths would equate to their salvation. It was just one individual, but as long as he had Ksaver's approval, he was content. He killed and used whoever he could. While he may have showed emotions regarding Eren, it's no secret that he was using Eren too, be it consciously or subconsciously. Then came the moment of truth, when the two brothers finally came in contact and met within the world of the paths. Zeke pretty much had Eren cornered. If it weren't for Ymir suddenly mellowing up to Eren, would she have executed Zeke's order? This is not all black and white because while Ymir was a slave through and through, she was still executing the first king's order to live on. In fact, Zeke's own definition of life is to live and multiply. But this order wouldn't be in line with that vision. But hypothetically, let's say she does execute it. Please note, we are not going to be talking about what's morally a better choice, Zeke's plan or Eren's plan. Rather, this post is about the consequences of Zeke's plan and how they might have not differed that much from Eren's plan. Alright, so the euthanasia plan is in motion and suddenly, all Eldians on Earth are unable to breed. The Marleyans, or the outside world, of course, has no way of knowing what happened unless someone goes out of their way to tell them. Which is unlikely, considering how Zeke can just alter everyone's memories, meaning they'll have to eventually find out by trial and error. The two Ackermen probably aren't going to be a problem either, because I seriously don't see them prodding into other Eldians' private lives, asking if they are getting pregnant or not. Now, you must be wondering where Historia comes into play in Zeke's equation. Well, for Eldians to live out the rest of their lives peacefully, she would inherit the best Titan from Zeke, and possibly also the founding Titan from Eren right when he is at the end of his 13 years as a Titan shifter. She'll live out her 13 years and then her Titans would be inherited by her child. Now, this triggers the question, how will she have children if the Eldians are unable to reproduce? It's not as if the euthanasia plan wouldn't apply to her, right? Well, she'll have to be pregnant beforehand. Ideal case scenario would be for her to have 3 to 4 children beforehand, so that whenever one of her children is at the end of their 13 years, they can simply let their siblings inherit the Titans for them. In fact, isn't this what the royal family had already been doing? But since in the story, Historia was only pregnant with one, this gives them 26 years worth of peaceful lives within the Paradies. If the outside world dare attacks, they can be shook off with the rumbling. I don't think I have to mention it, but just in case someone is confused, Zeke's plan doesn't involve stripping the Eldians of their Titan powers. Rather, it's about letting them die out naturally. And if he can properly rewrite their memories, the Eldians can live out the rest of their lives in ignorance. As they say, ignorance is a bliss. The outside world would have to be kept on a leash for 26 years, but if it is done properly, it's not like they'll suddenly attack after the 26 years pass by. Though, since the Titan abilities are connected, then it is fair to say that Marley would also suddenly lose the Titans it has, when the founding Titan is no longer in the world. This brings us to another point. Using the power of memory alteration, all of the Titan shifters would be made out to stay in Paradise. The Marleyan troops currently on the island would be instantly taken care of, and the rest of the world must bear witness to the threat of rumbling. Considering the technological advancements, it would take them 50 years till the weapon technology is potent enough to take down the Titans. They shouldn't make any moves during this time. Even if they do, all the Titan shifters together with the rumbling can easily take care of them. This way, Paradise will indeed be a peaceful utopia, living out the rest of their lives without having the slightest clue that their entire race is moving towards extinction with each passing day. This does require Eren and Historia's cooperation though, so there's that. But if Zeke can command the Founder, Eren can easily be taken out of the picture and turned into just another ordinary Eldian. Historia will bear the weight of everything, and then it'll be passed down to her child. A tragic fate for the Eldians, but this will end the suffering of Eldians forever. Sadly, the Eldians outside the walls will still be persecuted. But Zeke is a man who was always ready to make any sacrifice. In his view, the plan is for the sake of the Eldians who are yet to be born. They'll never have to suffer. As I said before, this isn't about what's morally right. There's no moral right in Attack on Titan after all. Everyone is equally selfish in believing their own made-up idea of what's right. This is just a discussion of what an alternative scenario would look like. In the end, even if the outside world never realizes about the Euthanasia plan, they will eventually have enough weaponry to attack Titans head-on. At that time, the Titan shifters would all be dead, and so, it'll be a massacre that'll put a curtain on the Eldian race. So, what do you guys think? Is there something I missed? Feel free to read the comments section and share what you think about all of this. As food for thought, what do you think would happen if Historia could undo the Euthanasia plan the moment she inherits the Titans? Another interesting scenario, right? I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on everything. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. If you want more Attack on Titan content, definitely press the bell icon, because I will be posting more Attack on Titan content in the near future.